Hey y'all, I got some notes to go over our rational number operations review. We have already talked about adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing positive and negative decimals, fractions, and whole numbers. So now we're going to review them really quick, and then we're going to work through some practice problems, and then tomorrow we will apply this to word problems. So first of all, we're adding rational numbers. We'll review the process for adding positive fractions and decimals in the table. For adding fractions, we always find a common denominator. That's only for adding and subtracting fractions, okay? And then we'll rename all the fractions. That means once we change the denominator, we also have to change the numerator. Then we'll add the numerators. And then keep the denominator the same. Here I've got 1.5 plus 7/8. I need my denominator to be the same. I can make these 8ths. I can make these 16ths. That's just multiplying the denominators by each other and then simplifying. I'm going to take the 8 and keep that as my common denominator. So I'm going to leave 7/8 plus 1 and some 8ths. So I'm going to take my 1/2 and try and get to 8. And in order to get to 8ths from halves, I multiply by 4 on the bottom and by 4 on the top. 4 times 1 is 4. So half of 8 is 4/8. Now I'm going to add 7 plus 4 because I'm adding just the numerator, sorry. And that'll be 1, and 7 plus 4 is 11/8. Then I will turn my 11/8, because this is an improper fraction and a mixed number in one. I'm going to divide my 11/8. 8 goes into 11 one time, so now I have 1 plus 1, and then there'll be 3/8 remaining. And then my final answer will be 2 3/8. Okay. Then we're going to rewrite the problem for decimals. Rewrite the problem vertically. That means one number on top of the other. We'll line up all the decimals and fill in places with 0. I know this is only one blank, but we got to be specific here with zeros, I'm sorry. And then we'll add like place values. So we'll add the common place values or the similar place values. 280, 268, and 97 cents plus 38 and 659 thousandths. This is where we'll place the 0 here as a placeholder, and then we'll add 9 plus 0 is 9, 7 plus 5 is 12, 9 plus 6 is 15, 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 1, 17, bring down your decimal straight, 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10, 307, and 529 thousandths. Okay? Adding rational numbers follows the same process or algorithm as adding integers, okay? Algorithm is how to do math. If the signs are the same, then we add and keep the signs. Remember the pirates and the ninjas from class. If the signs are different, then we subtract and keep the sign with the greater absolute value. Okay? So all of these up here are going to be added. I've got same sign, same sign, same sign, same sign, same sign. This sign here is going to be negative, so I'm going to put an NEG up here. This is going to be negative, and this is going to be negative. Okay, and then these are positive and positive. So 4.5 plus 6.3, that's 10.8. Negative 1.8 plus negative 1.6. 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry the 1. 3.4 negative. Here, 3.7 plus 6.5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry the 1, that's 10.2, and it's going to be negative. 15.6 plus 14. 29.6 negative. And then 12.8 plus 3.3 is 16.1, and that's positive. Okay, that's all we're doing for that one. My answers should be in a box so that I know that I'm done doing my math. Okay, down here, if the signs are different, subtract and take the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. So I need to look and see who wins here, the pirates or the ninjas. Here, the pirate, those are the positives, so this is going to be a positive answer. Here, the ninjas are more prominent, so this is going to be a negative. Here, the pirates. Here, the negatives. And here, the negatives as well. Then I must subtract. That means I'm finding the difference, the greatest minus the smallest, or the greater minus the smaller. So this is 10.7 minus 2.5. This is 17.6 minus 8.2. This is 9 minus 7.4. This is 11.8 minus 3 3/10. And this is 15.7 minus 9.2. Okay. So I'm going to subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. And this is positive. So this is 8 2/10, and I'm done. Here, this will be negative. 6 minus 2 is 4. 17 minus 8 is 9, and it'll be negative. 9.0 minus 7.4, this becomes a 10. This is now an 8. So 6 and 1, and it's positive. 1 6/10. 11 8/10 minus 3 3/10. 8 minus 3 is 5. Decimal, 11 minus 3 is 8, and it's negative. And 15 7/10 minus 9 2/10. 7 minus 2 is 5. 15 minus 9 is 6. And this is negative. All right, let's go on to the next one. The back side. All right. The rules for fractions are the same. It just requires more steps, okay? If the signs are the same, we're still going to add and keep the sign. If the signs are different, we're going to subtract and take the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. Okay, so here my signs are the same, and all of these have like denominators, thank goodness. Oh, that's what it says here. Duh, Miss Starling. So we'll just combine the top, which is the numerators. So 3 plus 4 is 7/5, and then convert to a mixed number. 5 goes into 7 one time, and there are 2 out of 5 left over. Both answers are acceptable. Just make sure to pay attention to what you get on your multiple choices. Here I've got 2 negatives, so my answer is going to be negative. 5 plus 5 is 10, negative 10/6. Then I'll reduce, or I can reduce and then convert. So then I'll reduce, cut it in half. That's 5/3. Then 3 goes into 5, negative 1 time, and there will be 2/3 left. And this is negative 1 1/3, or negative 1 3/4 and 3/4. So the 3/4 will combine. That will be 6/4. So this is negative 1 6/4. And then I'll convert this 6/4 into a mixed number and reduce. That will be 1 1/2. So this is negative 2 1/2. Then I have negative 9/10 plus negative 3/10. 9 plus 3 is negative 12/10. Convert and simplify. 10 goes into 12 one time, negative 1 time. And then there will be 2/10 left over, but 2/10 reduces to 1/5. And then the last one, 3/8 plus 1/8 are 4/8. So 2 plus 1 is 3 and 4/8. And 4/8 reduces to 3 1/2. Okay. Then down here I've got different signs, and I will need to subtract. Sorry guys, I gotta go real quick. I'll come back and finish this second part in a minute.